Full disclosure, for anybody who knows me personally and anybody who watches this YouTube channel, I will be briefly topless. If you don't want to see that, because I don't want to see it, then don't watch the first part, because that'd be embarrassing, won't it, for us all? So full disclosure, it's for a reason, and you'll find out why when you watch the video. This is currently the state of me. This is what happens when you don't go to the gym for nearly 2 months and you don't restrict what you eat. This is the result of not being careful with what I put into my body. But now the time has come to finally change that once and for all.
Gym time. Don't want to go. No. Do I sound like I want to go? No. But it's part of the self-development, you know? I used to love getting up, going to the gym, but I haven't been for like 2 months. And now it is a constant hurdle that I just seem to never cross, you know? Mentally, I'm like, I'll go to the gym, yeah, I will. And then the day comes and I don't get up and I go, I'll try again tomorrow. And it's always try again tomorrow. Never happens. That changes. No. Today is the beginning of the rest of my life. I'm not going to do too much today. I'm just going to ease myself back into it, and I'm going to do a bicep session, I think. And then I'm going to see where I can plan the rest of my week, and maybe see if I can go maybe 2 or 3 times this week. Today being one of them, and then we'll maybe try 2 or 3 more times in the week, like Wednesday and Friday or something like that, I think. You know, and we'll slowly but surely build ourselves back into it. And then before we know it, we'll be back on form, and this body that you see before you will be vastly different, because that is the goal. So I don't know what my idea for this series is. I just know that I wanted to start documenting it. We'll see how we get on. I'm rich enough. I'm so sweaty. That was a good, technically it's my second session back, because I tried to do this last week, I think it was. Oh, I'm out of breath because I'm fat and I've just been to the gym. Yeah, I tried to do this last week or the week before, I don't remember, and I posted it on TikTok and Instagram. That was supposed to be like 1 of 3 sessions, and it only ever ended up being 1. So this one is going to be 1 of at least, I want to be bold and say 3 this week, because we've got a lot of weight to shift, even more now than when I stopped going to the gym, because I put a lot of weight back on because life happened, ruined my routine. It's not an excuse, but I'm just saying life happened, and I gained a winter coat in the summer, if you get my drift. I'm glad the session went well. It went really well. I'm happy about that. Good start, I think. Do you know what I'd really like to get back to? I've just been thinking about it then, is I'd really like to get back to when I was going swimming after the gym. Because on mornings like this, where it was really nice and sunny and crisp and cool, I was really enjoying swimming till about 8 o'clock. I used to get there for it opening about 7, and then I would go do an hour roughly, and then sometimes as well I would actually walk around the park that it was attached to, because it was attached to a park, and I'd go and do maybe 2 or 3 laps of the park and get some steps in. And my whole routine, from like going to the gym in the morning, then going for a swim, then going for a walk and getting my steps in, was like, I enjoyed that thoroughly, you know, and I'd like to get back to that if I could. But it does mean actually potentially going back to the gym at 4:30 in the morning. Now I did enjoy that, but at the moment my routine doesn't really need me to get up that early, you know. Maybe when I get back to uni in September, we can reevaluate and we can see what happens, because there's no reason for me to get up at 4:30 in the morning for the gym at the moment. There isn't. There used to be, but there isn't now. So now it's a case of like, do we reevaluate and do we go swimming still, but do we go later on in the day? Because I'm not a fan of people. I'm joking. I'm not a fan of the busyness, but I like my 4:30 slot, you know what I mean? I like my 4:30 slot when there's hardly anybody about, really. It's something that needs thinking about, that's for sure, because I do miss going swimming. Time to make some better food choices. It's things like this, 80 calories. I'm a sucker for a sweet thing, so where you can do better with your sweet stuff is ideal. I'll get a couple of these to try as well, I think. See what they're like. So we only made small decisions there, because I need to actually sit down and meal plan and figure out what I want to do. We did get some juice shots. We got a health immune support juice shot with turmeric. I'm assuming it's like apples and orange with turmeric, but it won't tell me. And then we got the mango juice shot. So let's try the mango one first. Never had these from Aldi. Is it Aldi? Yeah, it's Aldi. Interesting. Very interesting. It's got live cultures in it. Interesting. Right, I'm gonna go home and get some coffee, because I need coffee, man. And then I'll probably show you my workouts that I'm doing and talk you through that. And then we'll talk about some goals. So that's everything I got. I didn't get too much because I actually need to do a meal plan. I haven't done one. That was just a quick spur of the moment after the gym kind of deal. So I didn't go proper. I just picked up a handful of things. But I will do a meal plan at some point, and I will show you what I'm looking at, because these bags of rice, you can get 4 meals out of them if you split them in half. So I've got 2 bags of rice, so I can get 4 meals out of that. So I split it in half. It's like 125 grams of rice, I think. And then I'll put it with some chicken and some veg, and that's a meal. Easy, convenient. It'll do to get me back on the grind again, you know what I mean? Right, I thought I'd show you what we're having for dinner. Or like lunch, as people call it. I don't call it dinner, but we're having these. I'm gonna warm them up in the microwave. Then I'm gonna have a portion of these Itsu soba noodles. And then I'm gonna sprinkle a handful of these cashews in. And then I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna actually meal plan. And I'm gonna start looking at my, what's it called? MyFitnessPal on my phone. Look at my calories. Start making sure I track everything again. And I also have a message from my, let me have a look. I've got a message from my PT that I need to respond to as well, so trying to get everything back on track. So that's the plan for dinner. Or, well, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon now, so whatever you want to call this. And then I'm going to sit down and get some admin stuff done, and life admin stuff, and that's pretty much it. I know it's not much, but I'm using what I've got before I meal plan. And it is somewhat healthy, because you've got the healthy fats of like the cashew nuts, you've got the protein because of the chicken tikka, and you've got the carbs because of the soba noodles, with a little bit of BBQ sauce and a 0 sugar raspberry ripple Pepsi, which is actually, they're really nice. I'm not one for drinking stuff like that on a regular, but every so often, very good. So I'm going to scan this, and I'm going to get in with my admin, and I'll show you my routines and that. Right, so as I said earlier, I said I would show you the app that I plan to use, and I have been using before I stopped going to the gym.
on how to track my food, and I said I was going to look at my calories as well. And the app is MyFitnessPal, if you can see that. I'm just going to wait for it to log in, and it's going to wake up and it's going to go, who on earth are you? So we will have a look at what my calories were. I don't know if you can see that because I'll put you against the window, but 1900 calories is the cut that I was on, and it's the cut that I intend to go back on. If not, maybe slightly less, because I've gained some stuffing, if you will, and I'd like to maybe try and accelerate that decrease of the stuffing fairly early on, but without going too extreme, obviously. So my plan is to sort a meal plan out, get back on the tracking, get back in the gym. I've been once today, 2 more times this week is the goal, and then 3 times next week, and then hopefully back up to 4 times, and then before you know it, within the month we'll be back on it, because we can't waste any time now. I've got 6 months to change my life. In every area of my life needs to change. Like, I need a complete overhaul. I need a complete overhaul. My life needs a complete overhaul. Time to get fit, look after the body, look after the health and wellness and all that lot. So that's the plan. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So if you enjoyed this video, let me know. I don't even know what this video is at this point of recording this, you know. I just know that I wanted to document back in the gym and document the process of changing my life in the physical sense, because there's 4 key elements to this Project 6 that I've started. One of them is the physical, and I wanted to document that avenue. So if this managed to turn into a video, I don't know what it is, but we're working it out along the way as we're going. So that's all that matters. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments. If there's things about this journey that you want to see, there's elements about it that you want to see, let me know and I'll implement them. Simple as that. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one.